Hey there, mystical souls. How are you? I am super glad that you are joining me tonight because we have so many great things to talk about. If you are new here, my name is Patricia Tate and I am an evolutionary and a traditional Western astrologer. I use whole sign and Placidus. If you are not new, I am so glad that you are back. Welcome back and excited that you are here spending your time with me. So, a couple things I want to talk about. We have a Venus Sun Kazemi, and I'm going to be sharing about the new moon. That's going to be later this week. And the third thing is the Mars square Pluto, going to be big, and it's next Tuesday, but the energy currently is right now. So if you are ready to get your astrology, I need your sun. I don't need your sun, moon, and rising. Sorry. I would love to know about that in the chat. But if you would like to use the PayPal link, and it is a $40 PayPal donation, and I need your date, time, and location. Please use the PayPal instead of the super chat. I really appreciate the super chat for tips and things like that. But YouTube takes a third of it, so I don't really get like as much of it as if I do with the PayPal. So honesty there. So okay, so let's talk. I would love if you would give it a like and a follow and a share because it helps the algorithm. And I want to see who all is in the queue tonight. Shiny gems, I'm so glad that you have made it early and you are here. And Maria, yay, I am so glad that you are able to join in. I would love to know your sun, moon, and rising if you know. And yes, let's talk. Oh, you don't have PayPal. Okay, I don't know how else that works. Yeah, I don't know how else it works. I mean, if you wanted to take care of it ahead of time, we could do like with a credit card, but on the evenings that it's live, it just makes it, yeah, we could do Zelle, but yeah, but PayPal just makes everything streamlined because it gets busy this evening. So I would love to know who all is in the house tonight. Super excited. So let me talk. Hey, Becky. Cash App? Not quite sure. Jake? Cash App? I'll wait for him to hear me. Sorry, because he has his earbuds in. The Big M. Hey there from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, everyone. Sue, so happy that you are here, and I would love to do a quick reading. Use that QR code, and in the comment section, give your exact date, time, and location of your birth. And I usually take free reign and roam around the chart. I try to teach it because I want everybody to understand it. Deborah, hello from Campbell River. I think it's British Columbia, Canada. So glad that you are here. All right, so let's talk a little bit about, while I wait for everything to kick in, I want to talk a little bit about today's energy. This is what is going on. If you cannot get in the queue tonight, I do have a video up for it for all 12 signs. This is a Venus Sun Kazemi. A Kazemi is basically when a planet, they call it in the heart of the sun, in the beams of the sun. It's magnifying its energy and you cannot see it. So you know how everybody was all excited about seeing all the planets that were aligned last night, and truly you couldn't see them all aligned. You can only see 2 out of the 5 because some of them are just like too close to the sun or too far away. So a Kazemi is when you take the energy of the sun, your soul's expression, and you magnify that planet. And Venus represents love and money and resources and things that you value. And it's your what you want in order to feel comfortable, safe, and secure. And magnifying these two together in the sign of Gemini, this is a precursor for what is going to be going on with the new moon that is going to be this Thursday. If you notice, we have Venus, Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter, and truly Jupiter and Mercury are just about conjunct. They're only like 1 degree off, so I would call it a conjunction. Mercury is all types of communication, and Jupiter's going to be in the sign of Gemini for the next year. So if you look to your Gemini house, that will tell you everything that Jupiter's trying to expand upon. It goes into a house for a year and it just wants to offer everything that has to do with learning and studying and connecting to cross-cultural experiences with foreign people, places, and things. And it's about understanding different types of religion and philosophy, and traveling. It's higher thought, higher belief, higher education, and it's connecting everybody, but it's about small nuggets of information. So that's the basic Jupiter in Gemini. So going to be here for a year. And then the moon is going to be here on Thursday, and we are going to have a sun, moon, and I think that Jupiter will still be here and in this conjunction. And so we're going to be starting something new. New moons are times that we plant seeds, fresh starts, clean slate, new beginning in the sign of Gemini. We're going to have this stellium here of let's take a class, let's take a workshop, let's understand AI, let's understand technology, let's streamline some things in our life, but making things short, sweet, and available. And speaking of short, sweet, and available, I am going to be I'm calling it Transit Talks. They're webinars that are going to be once a month. I've had the first one that had to do with the North and the South Node. The one that I'm going to be hosting next week, that is looking at your South Node from a past life perspective. And so I would love if you would join for that. It's $30. It will be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once you sign up for that, you will get an email confirming everything, and then you will get a link to the webinar, and then it is live. And so next Tuesday, I'll be sitting here with you. It is like an open format. Usually for the first 40 to 45 minutes, I teach a mini lesson, like an introductory of understanding what it means. And then we unmute and show our videos, and we use your charts and practice what we've just learned. So it becomes this learning opportunity, small nuggets of learning opportunity of not just understanding your chart, but like using everybody else that's in the class with you. And so I would love if you would join me for that. It is recorded, so if you cannot make it to the live, you will be sent a video on it. For example, I had somebody who joined me for the last one, and he could not be there, so he just gave his birth information. And then his chart was the first one that I did because he wanted to be able to view it later and understand it later. So you can always view it again at your own convenience. All right, so let's talk. Other things that are going to be coming up. Great. I have a new moon, and then something else that's really important. So today, the Venus Cazimi. Thursday, the new moon, which will be Sun, Moon, Venus together. And then on next Tuesday, a major heads up on this one. Mars is going to be in the sign of Taurus here, and Mars is going to square Pluto. Both of them are Scorpio ruled. So Mars and Pluto here, it's aggression, it's arguments, it's fights, it's Mars wants it their way, and Pluto and Aquarius wants, they want you to think about everybody else. And so Mars is saying, but it's mine. And so there's this give and take, or it's a square aspect, which means it's has to be worked out. So I've already released the video if you'd like to get a little heads up on that, but super excited. I would love if you would all join me in the queue tonight. All right, so let me get started with the first person up. And so let me move this on over. And let me look in the queue. I love that Gemini Sun, Sag Moon, Cancer Rising. Yeah, loving everybody that is here. All right. Che. All right, Che, let me pull up your chart. I cannot wait to, let me, hold on here. There we go. Yes, I'm sorry. I used your name. Shiny Gems. Yeah, Shiny Gems. Sorry. Yep. Jake has always reminded me. Got to keep me in line. Hold on. Let me pull it up. For crying in a bucket. Okay. There we go. I don't know why I can't. There we go. Hey, I love you too. Thank you for the sentiment there. I don't know what the problem is with this tonight. So sorry. Oh, because I spelled it wrong. That would be. Okay. I got it together. And I appreciate your patience. There we go. All right, shiny gems. Let's have a talk. All right. Oh, thanks, Natalie. Oh, you're a Pisces, Capricorn Moon, Aquarius Rising. Oh, I love it. And Sue, I'm so glad you sent your payment. No, Mopsies. Jake is here with Ace. Also, I got my little puggle and I got Jake. All right, so Shiny Gems. Let's talk about you. All right, so the big deal that's going to be going on is right here. We have Sun-Venus conjunction. So they call it, it's called a cazimi because it is in the beams of the sun. And so this is important because this is in trine to your first house of self. It's also like 1 degree off of your south node, being in trine to your south node, and it is in a sextile to your north node. Okay, so let's talk about this. A trine, which is from here to here. A trine means it's harmonious, it's easy, it's working well. A sextile is another harmonious aspect, but it is something that you'll have to just work a little bit at. So you're going to have this new moon. Let's talk about what's starting before the new moon. I didn't see any questions, so it gives me free range to talk about. The sun in your 9th house is, I want to travel. I'm ready to take a class. I want to learn something. The 9th house represents higher education, religion, philosophy, different belief systems. It also represents legal matters, diving into those legal matters. So the sun conjunct with Venus, because Venus is your chart ruler, we know that this has to do a lot with who you are. It also rules your 8th house, so it would bring in topics that revolve around your finances, your resources, your cash, your property. Libra, you know all too well, Libra is where I give to others to help support them, help them make them feel better about themselves. And I need to find a balance with myself. There might be something that you're going to have to do that has to do with shared resources. This could be money that is tied up, I would think, with your father, or with investments, or money where you have taken it for its 8th house topics. So savings, where the 8th house is where you make this personal sacrifice. So we know that all of the resources that you are now having this opportunity to benefit from will also aid you in, I want to travel there. I need to set aside time for short snippets of little mini vacations. Gemini is like 2 different things, 2 different people, 2 things going at the same time. So but it's also little mini. So I want to travel there, but maybe it's a mini vacation. I want to connect with that person, so maybe it's like a 3-day. We know that the south node being in your first house, like literally at 13 degrees, that this is, what are you giving up on? What are you releasing that has to do with where you have always cared or nurtured or given up of yourself to other people? Libra needs to find these healthy boundaries between who am I and who am I with partnership, making sure that you are having these healthy connections and these healthy boundaries with everybody that's in your life, because it's in your first house. Your first house is about your desires, your interests, how other people see you. I always say that it's your self-expression and your happiness and your health. And so you needing to find or wanting to find partnership, your north node, in your seventh house of Aries. I am still initiating things. I am still going after. And in a sense, how is this helping you to move forward and heal? Venus is about contractual relationships. It's about partners. It's about negotiations. It's not always about a husband and a wife. It can be about best friends. It can be about significant others. It can be about business partners. It can also be about clients. And so these are all types of people that are in your life where you have to learn to negotiate and cooperate. And how are you working through your past in order to heal for your future? I'm hoping that this makes sense. Now you're going to have this new moon here. I love the new moon in the ninth house, because the new moon here says, I need to take that class. I need to make sure that I'm scheduling the travel plans. I need to make sure that I am, are you working on publishing something, creating something? The ninth house, I should look at this. We are planning a bunch of small trips and then going on the big one to Japan in like 18 months. Look, I love the big one with Japan in 18 months, because by that time the nodes will have shifted into Virgo and Pisces in your chart. So this is all about you currently saying, I want the big, but I also need to make sure that I'm definitely planning the small ones. And your ninth house is also, it's about what's of interest to you. What are things that you want to do? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Shiny gems. This is, you're learning Japanese. Okay. This is making sense. This will be the language. Okay. That is the ninth house. Mini lessons, like mini lessons. How do I practice it? Like, I don't know, like, so my daughter was doing something similar, and so it was watching anime, and it was reading the little books, and then having the little postcards or index cards around the house to help you do this. Anything that is started now, Jupiter is here. I want to start this and I want to expand it for the next year. I want to move forward with this. I love this because Jupiter is almost sitting on top of your Chiron. All the things that you are moving towards right now are for inner healing of who you are. These are childhood wounds of, I need to experience joy by connecting with people that bring me joy, and with travel and with education and learning and religion and spirituality, and seeing it for what it is with pleasure and expression. Anniversary is June 1st. Oh my gosh. Oh, I absolutely love this for you. Okay. Like, you are moving exactly in the right direction of what you're supposed to be doing. All right. I do want to give you a quick heads up. As we move forward, there is going to be this nasty square. The nasty square is going to be Mars moving into your 8th house, and it will square Pluto. Mars in the 8th house is, this is mine. I've had to work really hard for it. My money, my resources, my investments, my everything. And it will square Pluto in your 5th house. The 5th house is children, investments, gambling, what you want to do for pleasure. It's about creativity. It's thinking about the general public. So if you are working on a creative project, or you are in a oh goodness, like this is something that you are part of, and this is where you're taking a risk for excitement. This could be a creative project, and this could be somebody taking credit for something that you've done. There could also be arguments. I see arguments over like it's money. The Your eighth house is where you have these obligations with obligations of where you have your money invested. So this could have something to do with your father, and this could also have something to do with other family members. The eighth house represents business partners, significant others. And so think about this with your significant other, your partner, that there is nothing worth arguing over because this is a power struggle. So look at it from all these different angles. If you know that a possible argument or power struggle can happen, and it'll be the days that lead up to it, exact on that day and a few days after, it's everybody's going to experience the square. It's an opportunity to talk and work through a difference of opinion. So this could be an opportunity to talk through a difference of opinion with your partner, or with something that has to do with family members, or it could have to do with something with exes. The ex is trying to take credit for, oh, of course. Okay. The square is going to be exact on the 11th, but this is building. Like literally, you should already have the idea. Like this is the heads up, and then it will come exact on the 11th, and that is so I want you to think about Mars. Mars is wielding the knife and saying, "Mine, don't touch." Mars in Taurus is the bull with the property and guarding its pasture and guarding everything that's in the pasture and saying, this is mine. And Pluto in Aquarius is saying, what about everybody else? You should share the wealth. Look how much you have. You're being greedy. You're being selfish. And so you're going to have to assert yourself in a way or come to some kind of terms. And this could be a negotiation, or this could be a cutting away, a removing of, with strong boundaries. Giving you the heads up. Yeah, because since you already know what it is, this will come exact on the 11th. And then okay, I want to give one more thing. This will trine your fourth house of home. So this will have a residual effect of, I'm feeling it in my home and things that are going on. So yeah, that's definitely the family instead. I thought it was, but I have to give it all out there because this could be also you talking to the partner and saying, how do you think? Maybe like bouncing ideas and then constructively offering you a different a viewpoint of this. All right, shiny gems, I am giving you a heartfelt hug and excited for your 1-year anniversary. Congratulations on that. And I appreciate you being here tonight. All right. I heart you. All right. So let me see who is in the queue. Hey, Susan, let me pull up your chart. And thank you, Susan, for trusting me with your consultation. Whenever anybody gives you their birth information and their natal chart, they are basically saying, hey, here's a window into my past and my soul, and please tell me about what you see. And for that, I am grateful that you are trusting me. All right. All right. All right. All right, Sue. I think I'm allowed to use your last name. Sue Finnegan. All right. All right. So let's take a look. First, I just want to pull up your chart and have a look, and then roam around it and see what I see. All right. Cancer rising. Oh, you got a major water trine. I absolutely love this. But this means that you just feel everything. Like, what is yours? What is theirs? You've got Sun, Mercury, Chiron, Saturn in an anaretic degree, 29th degree, in the sign of Pisces. And then you've got your south node and Mars in Scorpio with Neptune and Jupiter. Okay, so as a water trine, so there were no questions, so I'm just going to roam around, tell you what I see, and then come back and talk to you about like the new moon and things like that. As a person having this much water, you need to surround yourself with people that that can help you be grounded and know that, is this mine or is this somebody else's? Sometimes when I'm in a room feeling everybody else's feels, I will have to say, is this mine or is this somebody else's? If it's somebody else's, I send it back with love and light. And oftentimes, like the headache, the anxiety, it will go away. With this much water, I'm encouraging you. I hope that you know what grounding and cutting cords is, because this is a lot. My question is, when am I planning on moving and possibly out of the country? Oh, okay, let's talk about this. All right. All right, so let me pull up a buy wheel. Yeah. All right, because you're going to have the eclipses shift. All right, Sue. You're having your second Saturn return with all of this energy here. This eclipse cycle has there's this focus right now. Where do I even begin? Because there's a lot going on. All right. You had a nodal return about a year ago. So now you're in, since last fall, focusing in on my career, my job, my reputation, my legacy. Where do I want to go? What do I want to do? There was probably a shift with something that had to do with home, either alterations to your home or like this could have even been working from home. This fall, the nodes are going to shift into your third house here, and the eclipses are going to be shifting into here. I would look, okay, you talked about like moving, planning on moving. I think that you're going to be starting to make the plans, and it will start this fall. This eclipse cycle you're on right now is focusing on your reputation, how people see you, your life path, your personal ambition. Where do I want to go? What do I want to go? Or what do I want to do? We are in the middle of the Aries-Libra axis. Aries is you, and Libra is you and finding a healthy balance with home and family and foundation. What happens is this fall, we're going to slip into the Virgo Pisces and overlap with the Aries Libra. And then in the spring, so you're going to have an 18-month cycle starting this fall, and then you will have 18 months where you will be most likely, it'll either be traveling abroad for a class, a workshop, to move, publishing, journaling. It usually means foreign travel, and it could be for different, like to explore or to, it's about, I'm ready to have these cross-cultural experiences. I'm ready to have this happen. I do want to back it up here and talk about making these things happen. You have Jupiter in your 12th house. Jupiter is going to be here for a year. So all the work that you are now doing is behind the scenes. It is your personal unconscious. You are doing like clearing out karma, doing everything that pulls you away from like typical society. Next spring, not spring, next summer, June, July, Jupiter is going to be moving into your first house of self. So I see you starting to make these plans this fall, and then next summer, okay, I color code everything so you can like see it and understand it. Blue is water, and so your Pisces house with having the second Saturn return, and Jupiter will be moving into your first house of self, and it will be trining your south node. all things are moving towards, I am going to start making the plans now, and this fall we'll be ramping up the plans. Something that you do in August, like, let me give you like a general overview. Mercury is going to station retrograde in August. When it does, it will affect your cash, your property, your resources. Like, you're thinking long term. What do I keep? What do I get rid of? Then you're going to have these eclipses. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. It's the beginning of and the ending of an old. And you are ruled by the moon. So the eclipses affect you greatly because of your rising sign being a Cancer. And so then December, Mars is going to station retrograde in your second house. Mercury will station retrograde in your sixth house of your daily habits and, like, how do I take care of myself? Like, you're really starting to make these plans. And then December into January is getting rid of resources. Like, I'm ready to sell this off. It's about movable property, your income, your possessions. Of, I need to downsize. What can I get rid of? Let me see. Just getting an idea what's in store for you. Okay. Yeah. Sue, this is, and your husband passed in 21 and you moved. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Look, no, I really think you're going to be thinking about it. It'll either be a travel abroad, it'll be it'll be moving something farther away than just an hour. And there'll be the option of a long vacation or an actual move. And the North Node will take you there out of, I need to do this for my dreams, my visions, my beliefs. I need to experience this. You're there now. Okay. Well, you're going to be definitely making the plans to move forward, and use Mercury. Use the eclipses to say, okay, these are my markers of starting something new, and this could have something to do with, like, taking your job there or looking for another job there, or something that has to do with like your public life, your public reputation, your personal ambition. After we have our second Saturn return, because we are about the same age, and you're inching up to your Saturn return. The second Saturn return is, if I've done it right, I now need to be able to, for the last third of my life, I need to be able to give back. I need to be able to explore some things. And so this moving, this shifting is not just for money. This will be, I need something else that's out there. And this will be in trine to your first house of self. You'll be motivated. The eclipses will eclipse people, places, and things in and out of your life. August is going to be big. Like, get your money in order. And then December and January will be big. Let's start getting rid of some things. And then there will be the next eclipse series starting next year. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense. You do want to do something that makes a difference. Yes. And that's what after the second Saturn return, especially in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is, I want to be able to give back and make a difference to community. And your North Node, this guy here, is going to be shifting into your ninth house of, I am pulled, I am drawn, I have to do this. I remember when the North Node was transiting my ninth house, I wanted to travel to all kinds of different places. I wanted to experience all kinds of different things, like sound baths and different healing modalities and sweat lodges and vortexes. I don't know exactly for you what that can be for you. I mean, I could sit here and look at it, but to me, this looks like you are looking for those types of experiences of, how can I connect with my tribe, my spiritual heartfelt tribe. And the North Node will be dipping into the Pisces Virgo. It'll start this fall, and it'll be an 18-month cycle of pulling you into that direction. I would encourage you to flow with as much as possible. You'll know it. Like, you have so much water in you. You will know it that You'll know it and you'll feel it, because this is you were meant to do this. Like, this is setting you up for where you need to go. So Sue, I'm so glad this makes sense to you. You want to do something? I agree. And yes, I'm so glad that this makes sense to you. I love all the water. I look at the water as a lot to work with, but you've known it your whole life. I also have like South Node in Scorpio. It's hard. It's hard. But it's not only it's also the gift that comes with it. The intuition, the feelings, the goosebumps, the just knowing. Like when I say certain things, like somebody will say something to me and I will just say, I can't explain it. I just know. And you just have to trust me. That's what it'll be. That's probably what it has been your whole life. So Sue, I really appreciate you trusting me. Thank you for allowing me to look at your chart. Yeah, Saturn return and great things coming. All right, thank you. All right, let's see who is in the queue. Okay, J-Dub. Okay, love the name. Okay, let me pull up your birth information. Let me get your time. I love when everybody has the exact time, because it makes everything so much more exact. All right. All right, J-Dub, let's take a little look at your chart. Oh, Lord, look at this. I absolutely love this for you. Like, this is synchronicity. All right, so your sun is in Gemini, so you're having this solar return, and your Mars is here in Gemini. You have a lot of stuff, like things that are going on right now for you. I absolutely love this for you. Okay. Okay, there were no questions. Oh, and Sue, you are very, very welcome. All right, so J-Dub, I'm just gonna roam around here, see what I see. Let me pull up a bi-wheel. South Node in Aquarius and North Node in Libra, or I'm sorry, Leo. Okay. Let me. All right, so J-Dub, this is why I am so excited for you. All of this, like, this is you hitting the jackpot. Okay, so on top of having a solar return, solar return is going to happen on the 7th, so you're edging up close to it. What is that? That's the new moon, right? Like, that's, hold on, let me check my notes. No, it's the day after, so you still have the energy of, okay, so sun connecting up at 16 degrees, the moon will, and we have Venus here. So this is lighting up your whole chart. So sun in Gemini, but sun represents Leo, and Venus represents Libra and Taurus, and moon represents, where is the moon? Oh, your second house. So if we were to pull all these themes together in a story that's about you, and you have Jupiter in your first house of self, I bet that your mind is just buzzing. So I'm going to start off with the new moon, and this Sun Venus Cazimi. It's going to be all about you, your personality, your business, your website, your Facebook, your Instagram, your self-interest, your outlook, you being seen. Now, the first house, I always say it's like your business card or your website, and so that I would keep a notepad and pen and paper with you for all of the connections that you're going to be making with people. Because it'll be a lot of things coming at you all at one time, and you're not going to be able to You're not going to be able to follow through with everything right now, and you're going to have to like keep it in some kind of an organized fashion. Having the Jupiter in your first house, totally, whatever it is that you want to do, if you want to start a business, this is the time. Whatever it is that you want to create, whatever it is that you want to give birth to, whatever that you want to start, you have Jupiter in trine to your Jupiter. The two planets are talking together. So for the next year, this is I'm not going to say that it's all going to be positive, because it's going to be being inundated with a lot of change all at one time. And then Jupiter will station retrograde, where you're going to have to like say, I need to stop, pause, and integrate some things that are going on in my life, because it's going to involve your money, who you're communicating with, your fifth house of joy, pleasure, children, and your 12th house of being isolated, or taking the deep journeys, or your personal unconscious, and how do I take care of myself, because Jupiter and all of this in Gemini is go, 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 go. It's multitasking. It is ADHD. It's like, oh, squirrel, and then like moving on to the next topic, meeting somebody, and then barely getting all the information, and then something else happening. I want to talk to you about a couple other things that I see going on here that I'm absolutely loving for you. So you're having this new moon, you're having this Kazemi, you're going to have Mars dip into your 12th house, and it will square Pluto, and Pluto is up here. So all of these great things are going on. But what could happen with Mars in the 12th house represents self-sabotage and hidden enemies. So I'm saying it's negative because this is a square. You have all these great positive things going on, and that might make you a little too trusting with not seeing the red flag, not seeing things that are happening. Like your birthday is going to come, and then we're going to have this, the 11th, and you should be feeling this energy coming up, like trepidation, excitement, all of these brand new things going on. And then this Pluto square. Pluto is sitting on top of your south node. This is karmic. What do you need to release and get rid of? Because it's trining your first house of self. It is saying you have to let go of Pluto. Wherever we have Pluto, Pluto means death. And I think of it as the fall, and the leaves come down, and then they decompose, and then they create fertile soil for the seeds to grow. There is something that you have to release that has to do with your ninth house topics of foreign people, places, things, cross-cultural experiences, publishing something. What do you have to release? Now, what could happen with this square is somebody else could be saying, look, you're being very selfish and you're not sharing your ideas, or they could be taking your ideas. They could be taking something and running with it. You're going to have to decide how much am I willing to fight this? The 12th house representing self-sabotage could mean that I need to have some healthy boundaries in order to, this will be a learning experience. And I encourage you to pay attention to what is going on now and follow through with what is to come, because it'll be, this is anger. This is like something is not going to be fair, equitable, or just. This could also be legal matters, because the ninth house represents morals, ethics, ideals, beliefs, and this could be somebody doing something that you don't feel is morally correct or justified. So I'm hoping all of this like makes sense to you. I also want to give you a couple of things to think about, because your ruler is Gemini. Mercury. You should always pay attention to Mercury. Mercury going forward, Mercury stationing retrograde. The next Mercury retrograde is going to be in your third house of communication, science, and technology. This is buying a car, buying a computer, a phone, types of technology, all forms of communication. back up everything that you have now, because when Mercury stations retrograde, you will feel it. It will be on top of your north node, the direction which you're supposed to be going. The third house represents your siblings, your neighbors, but it's also all forms of communication and technology. I bring this up because the theme that what's going on now, Mars will station retrograde here in December and January, and Mars and Mercury at the same time, remember your chart ruler, will station retrograde in your seventh house, having you relook over contracts, negotiations. It could bring in a past client consultation. The seventh house represents love and contractual relationships and marriage partners and business partners. And when Mercury stations retrograde here, it can bring people from the past, or contracts or negotiations or clients from the past. I don't know exactly what you do for a job or anything. So I'm looking at this as definitely all about you, and definitely big things happening. And some people may be being definitely jealous, and maybe wanting to take credit for some of the things that you're doing. You maybe not being able to see it all, but Jupiter on top of your sun, Jupiter, when Jupiter goes across your sun, it will totally expand the direction and your voice, you finding your voice and you coming into your own. I absolutely love this for you. Now Jupiter will station retrograde for a little bit this like fall, but it'll be just a time where you pause. And J-Dub, I'm dating, and Aquarius was planning to move states to be near. Oh, I travel, doing surgical contracts with hospitals. Oh, I totally see all of this with you. Okay, I see this. All right, I'm excited for you. Yeah, I love all of this. Yeah, you're definitely going to be going into your own. Definitely going to be going into your own. J-Dub, thank you. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you for allowing me to skim through, and thank you for validating like you're going in the right direction. And this is going to be just an opportunity for you to definitely move forward. And I would encourage you to follow the Mercury retrogrades, like as you're moving forward, but definitely like make sure you're paying attention to those, because those are the ones that stop and give a pause. All right, let's take a look and see who is in the queue. JMS. All right, JMS. Thank you for being in the queue. I greatly appreciate you being here. Mother, there we go. There we go. Sorry, I'm ruled by Mercury, so I always check, double check, triple check, and alrighty. Make sure I have it all right. Highlighted themes. Hey, I'm ready. I love it when someone just says, okay, like, what do you got going on? All right, so JMS. Oh, wow. Okay, so I should probably share it. There we go. Thank you, JMS. I greatly appreciate you being patient with me. All right, so I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at this right away. Like my eyes go right to it, because you're having this nodal return. I don't know if you know what a nodal return is, but it's pretty darn important. So I'm gonna just like dive right in and pull up a bi-wheel and talk about that. I believe in teaching. I don't want it to just be that that's why I show the chart to everybody, because I really want you to understand truly what's going on in your life. And so let's talk. This is what I feel is the most important thing that we should be discussing. All right, so a nodal return. Your north node is in Aries and your south node is in Libra. It is believed that your north node is the direction in which you're going, and your south node is where you've come from, your past, like past lives. If you don't believe in past lives, think of it as generational, from great-grandparent grandparent to parent to you. So we look at your past life in the sign of Libra, of I need to be able to find some balance, but I should be initiating that in partnerships, in relationships, in love. I need to be able to go after. I need to be able to do these things. And so you are having a nodal return. The nodes go, the planets go around the chart one way, and the nodes activate the chart the other way. And they activate two signs at a time that are opposite of each other for 18 months because they want it to be long-term change. And so last fall, we had the nodes go into the sign of Aries. Aries would be you, and it's I need to initiate healthy boundaries. I need to go after what I want. I need to be able to do this. It's in your seventh house of love, contracts, negotiations, best friends, significant others, open enemies, trust, connection, legal matters, contracts, promises, handling of conflict, and then releasing and finding healthy boundaries with where have I said yes when I wanted to say no? Where have I just given in? A nodal return is where you started something this last fall with big major change, and then the March and the April, March 25th and the April eclipses activated more. We had Chiron here, so we know that it activated a wound that you have in relationship to you with partners, you with this could be best friends, you with a childhood wound. And when Mercury went stationed retrograde here, it brought up all kinds of memories of trauma and difficulty. And then what happened is the goal of this was to like rip off the bandage and say, look, I want you to go back to your past because I want you to look at what are the gifts that came from this. If you can look back on it and say, I am who I am because of this experience, and I'm not just a survivor, I'm a thriver from this. I'm healing and I'm always moving forward, and I'm not going to live in the past. I need to be moving forward. I have to initiate my own everything. Like you are the warrior in your own story. So as you are, yep, there is a lot. Okay, so as you're doing this, I want to talk about the new moon. We are going to have, here we go. You now have Jupiter now in your ninth house on top of your Mars. You're going to be having this Mars return coming up, and Jupiter in your ninth house is, I want to travel there. I want to publish this. I want to take this class. Everything will be small, short snippets. We have this Sun Venus Cazimi today bringing you information. A Sun Venus Cazimi is connecting you with people, places, and things that will bring you information in order to expand your horizons. The ninth house is about higher education, philosophy, belief, and your dreams, your visions, and where do I want to go? What do I want to do? You are going to be planting the seeds with this new moon that's going to be coming up this Thursday. I need to go there. I need to study there. If you cannot make it there, I need to be able to at least do this by Zoom. I need to be able to explore these options. Remember, they're going to be in Gemini, so it will be multiple things all at the same time. You're going to be having, a Mercury return. And what else do I see? This is in trine to your nodes, sending you in the right direction, and in a sextile to your partnership. So this is sending you in the right direction of, I am going to meet like-minded individuals. You might, if you are not with a partner, this will be seeking out a partner. Usually when we have this nodal return, it's I'm happy with a business partner or significant other or best friends. It is a realignment of where do you want to go for the next 18 years of your life. Let me see what else. Okay, one more thing that I want to talk about. On the, what's the date? On the on the 11th, you're going to have Mars move into your 8th house of your shared resources. This could be your money, your investments, your things that your material wealth that you have tied up with other people, or it's money, values, debt, taxes, inheritances that you have tied up with either an ex, a business partner, a life partner, or like with the bank. And you have Pluto in the 5th house. This will be you fighting for something that you believe is all of yours, and then other people saying, no, hold on there, pull back a little bit. This, like, sharing is caring. And so you're going to have to make this decision of what is going to be worth fighting for, or how do we negotiate this. This could be through a debt or a will, or this could be with alimony or child support, or this is definitely tied up with resources that are with other people. And yeah, all right, let me look. Yeah. One more thing. I did talk about Mercury. Since you're having this Mercury return this August, Mercury is going to station retrograde in your 11th house. When it does, this will be you going through your social networks, your groups, your like, these are my hopes, my wishes, my dreams, my aspirations, and saying, I need to fine tune and tweak this. I now have other beliefs or other things, aspirations that I want to go after. And then the December, January, you will be cutting away some groups or some networks, people, places, and things in your life, like cutting and removing. For their Mars wants to cut, Mars wants to remove, and it wants to, like, it'll. When this was with me, I went through groups and networks that I belong to and said, I no longer resonate with this. This is where I want to go to. And it's like moving from one to another. It's the information, like where you are broadening your horizons now, you will be moving into an area of your life of, this is no longer me. I need to shift and change. I need to shift and change these things. So JMS, I am hoping all of this makes sense to you. You've been so stuck and you can't move forward. You need to be making some plans. Like, this says that you have to initiate the plans. This is little mini vacations, taking a class, taking a workshop, teaching a class, teaching a workshop, diving into anything that this is like publishing something. The 9th house is access to higher learning or studying or ceremony or ideals or beliefs. And so this new moon is going to be a really good time for you to set the new moon intention of, no, I need to make this happen. And whether it's just something small to begin with, it will be something small that builds into something else later. So, and you don't have the money to do this. There are a lot of free resources that you can find on YouTube. I know that if you want to study something more, that's what the YouTube videos are for. Definitely check them out. Check in your local resources. Like I know near me that they have like groups or networking that to gather for either ceremony or for like-minded people. And so I encourage you to definitely check like with Meetup or check with local, and definitely, because once this is what you are meant to do this, and you are meant to do this and find partnership through this, like find and do it with a friend, and the friend will kind of like drag you there, but you have to make the initial. And so these can be things that are local. This could be I know near me, this could be a music or a festival, like an outside festival, or a market. Any of these, like I'm going to be going to a sound bath that somebody's going to be hosting, and it's by love donation. And so definitely search out other options, because it's not always about money and resources. look to see the free offerings that people can be offering. And so I'm definitely going to be holding some space for you as you navigate this JMS. Thank you. All right. Thank you, JMS, for trusting me. All right, let's see who is in the queue. Alana. All righty. Thank you for waiting, Alana. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, no questions, so it lets me roam around the chart. There we go. All right, Alana, let's take a look. All right, I'm glad you're here, Alana. Okay, so when I first look at your chart, Pisces rising, Sun in Gemini, conjunct Chiron. Okay, let's talk about this. And your nodes are at 29 degrees. So you're also having a nodal return, but yours is more karmic because 29, so the 29th degree is considered to be an anaretic degree. It is about, think of it as a final exam lifetime, that you've already done a lot of these things before. And this is your time to say, I need to get this right. I need to be moving forward with this. And with the Sun conjunct Chiron, Chiron is our wound. I don't know how much you know about astrology. So the Sun conjunct Chiron magnifies the energy that your personal wound most likely occurred around the age of 15, like 14, 15, 16, something that could have to do with home, family, your foundation. And so this kind of set you up with what else is going on in your life. All right, so I am going to pull up a bi-wheel and take a look. Let me move this over. Here we go. All right. So, Alana, I'm going to start off with the nodes and the new moon. Actually, I think I should probably start with the new moon, because that's what's going to be going on right now. So this is what we have happening right now. You're having a solar return. So happy birthday. So excited for you. And no way. You're going to be having your birthday at the new moon. That sets up your solar return chart for the year of I want to start something new in the sign of Gemini. Thoughts, ideas, communication, science, technology. The sign of Gemini is all types of communication. It's intelligence. It's learning styles. It's about articulation. And the fourth house is your home, your family, your roots, your foundation. And so you are literally setting yourself up for the next year of what you want to initiate. I want to grow my home. I want to expand things that I'm doing from home. And so it's all types of communication style. This could be you diving into your genealogy. This could be working from home. All of these topics could be here. I love this for you, Alana. So, all right. So you have this Sun, Venus, Cazimi, bringing you information today. And I want you to think about, who did you connect with today? People, places, and things. What did you do yesterday, today, and tomorrow? And this is going to be part of the theme that's going to set you up for the new moon that will be Thursday. So Thursday, the birthday and then the new moon and all these happy birthday, great things coming to you. Along with this, things that are going to happen is the following week, So I'm going to sprinkle in the negative that's going to go along with it so you can be prepared. Because you having Jupiter here, Jupiter is going to be in your fourth house for the next year. I want to expand my family. I want to expand my home, my personal life. I want to study my ancestry. I want to, this is like the foundation. This is you saying, this is what I want to do with my home, my roots, my foundation, my family. Now, Jupiter's going to be here for the next year. What's going to happen on the 11th is Mars. Mars is going to dip into your third house. The third house is siblings, neighbors, cousins. It's all types of talking, travel, technology, communication of all types that has to do with not just cousins, but media and communication with like acquaintances. It's where we talk and exchange ideas with people that could be in the grocery line or with a neighbor. This is going to square Pluto in your 12th house. The 12th house represents your shadow self and your self-sabotage, like where you do not support yourself. And it's also about hidden enemies, and it's not seeing something coming that just shows up. Like, I didn't know that neighbor would say that. I didn't know that this person in the grocery line would get angry. Mars in the third house is you defending what is yours. You saying, I worked for this. This is mine. This is my phone. This is my computer. These are my words. These are my thoughts. These are my ideas. And Pluto in Aquarius is saying, you need to be thinking about other people. You're so self-centered. You're so selfish. You're so this. And so knowing this, you are starting something now, and the energy needs to be integrated. It needs to be, how do you maintain either the friendship, either with the relative or with the neighbor, or this could be a work associate, because the third house is it's your, yeah, it's who you talk and exchange ideas with and how you formulate your thoughts. And so this could be somebody at work, like taking an idea, or a boss saying, take one for the team, or you should be sharing this, or you dropping an idea, or you sharing something. This could also have to do with AI technology and like anything that's communication. So there could be, and it will start right after your birthday. You have enough. You are a Pisces rising, so you should have an idea, like an inkling of things that are going on, and know who this is. It will, like the 12th house, hidden enemies. I just didn't see that coming. And the 12th house also represents where I need to do the work in order to have the healthy boundaries, where I need to support myself. When Mars goes into Taurus, this is you definitely saying, this is mine. I need to like map this out. Your resources, your money, your cash, your property, all of those topics. Let me look around. Okay. What I did want, I don't think I talked about it yet, but this is like you having this nodal return. This is a realignment of you focusing on your skill set, your money, your resources, your cash, your property, your finances, your movable property, your mental, emotional, and spiritual resources, people that you value. You're having a nodal return with something that was initiated last fall with the eclipses. Then it was really, there was around March, there was a letting go or a releasing of a connection with somebody, or it could have been with a business partner, or it could have been paying off debt. And then there was an initial, I'm going to focus on my money. I'm going to focus on my possessions. I'm going to focus on my value system, my security, of how I support myself. Remember that a nodal return is that it's setting you up for the next 18 years. Now, there is going to be the eclipses are going to start to merge this fall, like dip into the Virgo Pisces, but you're not done. This story in your life will continue into the spring of next year. So definitely having to do with money, resources, cash, property, and then Saturn in Pisces on top of your Jupiter in Pisces is saying, look, you really do. Saturn is an earth sign, Pisces is water, and it says we need to have some healthy boundaries here with people, places, and things, and people and places and things in your life. So I'm really hoping, Alana, that all of this is making sense to you as I piece together the story. Okay, one more thing. Mercury's going to station retrograde in your 6th house of your daily habits. You got to be able to take care of yourself. And it's where I give of service to others. And you thinking twice, you might be going back to an exercise program or something that you would do in order to take care of yourself, like vitamins or a chiropractor. That'll be like this August. And then like the same theme will happen in December with Mercury also retrograde at the top of your chart with your career, your job, and your legacy, like going back over some of those themes. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense to you, Alana. I really appreciate you being on here and trusting me tonight. So thank you. All right, let me see who is next in the queue.
Your name is Yes, It's That Time.
All right, so, okay. Yes, it's that time. Okay, I got it. I'm just going to call you Yes with a big exclamation mark because I like it. All right. Let me get your date. I love it. Okay. And I love it. Okay. All right, let's see. All right, yes, let's take a look. Okay, so there's no questions. That lets me roam around the chart, which I absolutely love, free reign. All right, yes, it's that time. I am so glad that you are here. All right, so when I take a look at your chart, good Lord. Okay, you're having nodal opposition, and you have Jupiter here, Sun in Gemini. Oh, look, I love this. Oh my goodness, June 4th. This is your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy solar return. I'm so excited for you. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let me, I love this. I absolutely love, like, this is like today is the Kazemi. And so, Jesus, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My dog's on medication because he hurt his, I'm so sorry. Oh, my husband's going to take him in the other room. He hurt his back and he hurt his neck while we were, and he's on a timeout. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Let me get it together. Okay, so long story short, I have a dog who's 10, who thinks he's 2, and he hurt himself. And no, he's not throwing a tantrum. His muscles spasm. He hurt the vertebrae in his neck and he hurt the vertebrae in his back. And so he's like a few days ago, like not even a week ago, and we were in West Virginia, and now we're home, and he's on a month of cage rest. And sometimes when he lays too long in one spot, he goes to move and everything stiffens up in spasms, and it breaks my heart to hear him. So, okay, so my husband will not be answering things in the chat for just a few minutes until the dog is, until my ace is feeling a little bit better. So it'll be just you guys and me. So be patient with me. All right. Okay, I got this. Because I know he's in good hands. My husband is like holding him and rubbing him. All right. So yes. Thanks, Suzette. I greatly appreciate it. Yep. Yeah. Okay. I'm ready. I got this. All right. So yes. Happy birthday. Let's talk about what all of this means for you. You are having a Sun Venus Kazemi on top of your own personal sun. Your own personal sun is you talking, you communicating, it's like, it's in the sign of Gemini. It's travel, it's short distance communication, neighbors, siblings, cousins. And a sun Kazemi is connecting you with people, foreign people, places, and things. And it's like a sun Kazemi with Venus is, I want to connect with that person for money or love or values. And you're also having a Mercury return. You got a lot of things going on for you, yes. And you have Jupiter in your third house. So know on a solar return, this is like the chart for the year. So we look at what will your natal chart look like for the year, and what are themes that will be magnified. Themes that are going to be magnified are all third house topics. Third house topics are the relationship that you have with your siblings or your neighbors, or who you communicate with, who you talk with, reading, studying, books, all forms of science and technology, like using AI, using YouTube, using science, new technology in order to streamline your life. Jupiter here is going to expand it in such a... I'm sorry, I can still hear him. Jupiter is going to expand this in that it will be bringing a lot of different people that you don't know, or that it's new people, new connections that are close to you through a class, through a workshop, through your neighborhood, like you traveling someplace that could be close. Jupiter here will expand a lot all at one time. I would encourage you to keep track of who you're meeting, and because it will be a reconnecting with them later. There will be so much so fast that you won't be able to keep up with everything. And this could be, this person is taking this class, or this person is through work, or no, I appreciate it. Yeah, Jake has him. There's nothing we could do. The sad part is he's got the medication, and he just stiffens up. And so he's just holding him until the spasms quit. And so, yeah, I'm here with you guys, and I appreciate you being here and being patient with me. Yeah. All right. So let me get my mind back. I got this. That way I won't be thinking about him. All right. So let's talk about the new moon. Along with this Sun Venus Kazemi, the moon is going to join up. A new moon means that you need to plant seeds for classes that you want to take, places that you want to go. It should be short things, small things. I'm going to start like a class, a workshop. I want to travel here. I want to see things that are local to me. I want to go and connect with all kinds of, this is like networking. This is being the social butterfly and networking. Along with what's going on here, I want to talk about this. This is a nodal opposition. This is difficult in the form of you and I want you to look at it as, because it's a difficult and it's a positive. You and I were in this car, and we are trying to move forward. And you're looking back at your past, and I say, hey, what's going on? Tell me about your past. Tell me about your things that have been going on the last 9 years of your life. And you say, hold on, and you start to turn around, and I say, no, we're in a car. You have to look at the windshield moving forward. You can only look at the rearview mirror, but you have to pay attention to where you are going, the direction in which you're going. And you say, well, this is what has happened. And I'm like, do you want to bring it forward with you? Do you want it seated with us in the front seat? Do you want to put it in the back seat? Do you want to put it in the trunk? Or do you want to leave it in the past? A nodal opposition is where your past meets your present, and you are sharing this information with me saying, yeah, I don't know if I want to be that person anymore, or I learned that and I don't want to move forward with that. And I'm saying, absolutely perfect, because your south node is in the sign of Libra in your 7th house, meaning I need to give up people-pleasing partners, significant others, best friends. It needs to be a healthy balance between these two areas of your life. The Aries North node in your first house means you need to be focused on you. What are your wants, your needs, your desires? You moving forward with your interests, your strength, all of these things. So knowing that, and knowing that over the next 9 months, you're still going to be addressing these issues of healthy boundaries, looking out for yourself. Knowing my past and what do I want to bring forward into my future? Literally, it's the past coming back. And if there were difficult things, it comes back and haunts you, and you have to say, "Ooh, I remember that, not doing that. So glad I left that behind." And then the future of this is where I'm going to be moving. So, yes, I'm hoping that all of this is making sense. That's something that you've been more cognizant of. Yes, I'm so glad. All right, I'm so glad for this. All right, let me see what else. Okay, one more thing is you are going to have this square. Mars is going to dip into your second house. This has to do with your money, your cash, your property, your resources, your skill set, your values, your opinions. It's all about you. So I want you to think Taurus, your money, things that you value. Like Taurus the bull is in a pasture, and you are Taurus the bull in this pasture, and it has everything to do with your money, property, income, possessions. So it's all yours. And it's in a square with Pluto. Pluto in Aquarius is in your 11th house. This is your networks, your social groups. The 11th house is your organizations or teams or peers or your social circle, collective activities, community, where we volunteer and help support, like where you would volunteer, like groups and organizations. They and also Pluto and Aquarius here can also represent teams, like networks that you have for work. So these can be pleasurable and these can be work. But these people are saying you need to share, and they're saying you need to be like taking the high road on this. And you're saying, no, I worked really hard for this. No, this definitely belongs to me, and I don't think I should have to give anything away. And this might be a guilt trip. This could come from work associates. This could come from work associates that say, hey, take one for the team. I don't know if you've ever been in college where you have to do this group project, and like one person does the group project, but everybody gets the credit for it. This could be one of those situations where the whole group wants credit for something that you're doing, or this could have to do with networks that you're connected to with like your star family that says, you know what, this is let's do this at your house, or can't we always get together here, or can't you pay more for this because you have more. This will lend itself to your nodes and the story of your birthday of I need to be focused on me. I need to make sure that I have healthy boundaries. And so work this out. I'm encouraging you to find a way to negotiate and work this out. It's always best if it's a win-win. If it's not, it'll be you cutting away of things, if that makes sense. All right, so all right, so thank you very much. Yes, I'm hoping all of this makes sense. It's something that you've been working on. All right. Let me go back and look at, yeah. Okay, he is starting to feel better. Thanks. Thank you, everybody. All right, so let me pull up. The next person is Marita. You are very welcome. Yes, you are very welcome. All right, so let me pull up Marita, and yeah. All right, Marita. All right. Oh, okay. Midnight about. Okay, I can get close. But I wish we had like an exact. All right, let me make sure I spelled everything correct. I need to make sure that is it Puke, Albania? I think that's right. All right. All right, let's take a look. All right, so Marita, and I hope that I'm pronouncing it correct. All right, so when I skim around your chart, let's see, what's the first thing I see? Okay, a beautiful stellium in Capricorn, Sun, Mercury, Neptune. I love this for you. Where you do have a square to your nodes. Okay, I want to talk about this just for a hot second. These are your nodes, and this is a square. I don't know if you know anything about a skip step or a misstep. The nodes I talk about as the direction in which I'm supposed to be going in my past. Whenever we have a planet that is square at a right angle, a 90-degree angle, it means that you have chosen to bring in some past things that will square or cause you more difficulty, like repeating the same themes, like a deja vu. They call it a skip step or a misstep because instead of just like saying one life at a time and we're just going to do small lessons, you've decided to just like pile it on and let's get through this. And so this is and the sun, authority figures or leadership people or father figures may block you and or be difficult for you. So that is kind of what that means. All right, so let me pull up a bi wheel. I'm so glad that you are here. All right. All right, Marita. So there were like no questions, so it gives me free range. I absolutely love all of this for you because you are starting a new cycle. So today is the Sun Venus Cazimi. Venus is money, love, values, bringing people together. Sometimes Venus brings together not just like people that we love, but it can be family. It's a connection. Venus is connecting one person to another, and it can be for business or it can be for pleasure, and it can be like family or it can be friends. And so in the sign of Gemini in your ninth house, this is cross-cultural experiences. I want to take a class. I want to take a workshop. I want to study. I want to travel there. I want to make this connection. Jupiter in your ninth house is really expanding things that have to do with I want to publish something. It could be legal matters. Like I'm going to go after it and I want to win. It will be in trine. All right. So you're Marita, you are saying, yes, you're here, and then you wrote yes and then no. So I'm not quite sure what the yes and the no. Is the no that I'm saying your name wrong? Or, okay. I'm going to keep moving on because I'm hoping that all of this is making sense to you. All right, so knowing that you're going to also, the moon is going to come into your ninth house. When the moon comes into your ninth house this Thursday, this is, I now need to plant the seeds of what do I want? Do you want to publish something? Do you want to, like, this is something that's bigger that could be like, do you want to start a YouTube channel? Do you want to publish some work? Do you want to teach a class? Do you want to dive into religion, dive into spirituality? Do you want to understand something that has to do with accessing higher knowledge or I'm sorry, it has been, I can see that it has been difficult. The reason I can see that things have been difficult is like you're also having a nodal return of a realignment of where you're supposed to be going and what you're supposed to be doing in this lifetime, a direction of you have to take responsibility for your life, your friendship, your partnership, your anything that has to do with trust and connection and handling of conflict and legal matters. It has to be you. As a Libra rising, anybody who's a Libra rising, they're ruled by Venus, and Venus wants to make everybody happy. And Libra is naturally beautiful, and you being naturally beautiful, I cannot just rely on my beauty. I need to rely on other things in my life, and I shouldn't say yes to everything. Libra risings often have to work through healthy boundaries of not always people pleasing. And so part of this is you saying, especially with this eclipse season, is I need to put myself first. I need to put my wants, my needs, my desires first. You had the eclipses, like they started last fall, and then we had Mercury retrograde in your 7th house. When Mercury was stationed retrograde, when Mercury was here, it was conjunct the node and Chiron, really opening up some wounds from your past. The reason when a planet stations retrograde, it's not to be difficult on purpose. It's to help move us along and bring attention to an area of our life. So Mercury was bringing attention to an area of your life that had to do with partnerships and relationships and best friends and identity and everything that had to do with you as a child, you as an adult, you with work, you with partnership, you in communication with other people. In order to speed up the healing of this wound and say, I just need to move past this, and I need to look at all these life lessons that I've been through, and now where am I going? And how can I now take these life lessons and move forward with them? How do I learn from them? How do I grow from them? How can I look at it as, if I hadn't have gone through that, I wouldn't have met this person. I wouldn't have been able to do this. I look back at my life lessons and say, had I not lived the life that I did, good, bad, and ugly, then I wouldn't be where I am now, doing what I am, connected to the people that I'm connected to. I'm looking at the gift that comes from the hardship, and that's what the eclipses and the retrograde are representing in your 7th house, of you stepping into your divinity, of your identity, of who are you. Now, I want to bring up a couple other things. Now, Mars is going to dip into your 8th house, and it's going to square Pluto. Mars is you having to identify. Oh, let me check into it just to make sure. My date of birth is the 1st of May. Yeah. Hold on. Let me go back. Oh, because you gave me noon as a time. Hold on. Okay, let me change your time a little bit. Yeah. And get a little bit closer. I'm going to shift the time around a little bit. I think that'll help. Because if it's not making sense, and I'm glad you brought it up, because if it doesn't, I always do much better when I have exact. Okay. How is this? I'm hoping, let me see if you can see it. Nope, you can't. There we go. Is this looking a little bit better? Hopefully. I'm still using about the time. North node. Okay. More in the past. Yep, it's been difficult. More in the past. Okay. All right. I'm going to start from the beginning. And, I'm going to start from the beginning because we have a better time. And if it's possible, if you can look into, I do not do chart rectification. But if you could connect with somebody, you would have a much more accurate time, like through a Bible or a baby book or like a grandparent that has a little bit more information. All right, so let's take a look. All right, so I'm looking at your new moon. Let's shift the focus of your new moon. It's still going to be the Sun, Venus, Cazimi on top of your moon, the Mars, and Chiron in your sixth house of me being of service to others. Remember that the house could still be off because I'm not 100% sure of the time, but I do know that the theme is still going to be the same. I need to find a balance between my home and my work. I need to take care of myself. I need to, like, a Sun and Venus is bringing a connection of other people to you, and Jupiter being in here. Yeah, I did use midnight. Yeah. And Jupiter being in Gemini in your sixth house is bringing in the topics that have to do with everything that has to do with you finding a mentor, you finding a guide, you being connected to other people of how do I take care of myself first before I give of myself and be of service to other people. What can happen with this much energy in your sixth house is you start some things and other people want access to it, and then sometimes what starts as you supporting or helping other people or volunteering can then turn into a form of like they take advantage of it, they expect it all the time. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go back in here. I do want to talk about the Mars square that's going to affect you because you have this new moon. The new moon that you're planting, it should have something that has to do with finding balance in your life, finding alternative healthcare practices, making sure that you have, making sure that you are putting your needs above other people that include, and getting rid of old habits. What is my sun and moon and rising? Okay, so your sun is in Taurus, your moon is in Gemini, and your rising is Capricorn. This is a bi-wheel. Is that making sense? So your chart is on the inside, and then the transits are on the outside. I'm hoping that this is making sense. Like the first wheel on the inside is you, the outside wheel is what is happening with you. Marita? Hoping this is making sense. I'm hoping you asked about the sun, moon, and rising baby because maybe you didn't know or you're double checking. All right. I'm gonna still skim around. Mars. Mars is going to go into your fifth house. The fifth house represents where you're willing to take a risk. It represents love and like love affairs and children and investments, and it represents recreation and pleasure. It's creativity and activities of how you express yourself. The difficulty is going to be the square to Pluto that is transiting your second house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, your resources. This could be somebody, I would look at it as somebody would want to take credit for something that you've done. I would look at it as someone wants like a piece of something that you've published, something that you've done. I would look at this as if you're having an affair or like there's a partner in your life, or this is a child, remember it's also children, that there could be this conflict. This is also the house of investments. And so this could be you saying, this is worth this much. This is what I value. This is what I want from this. And so there will be this hard stance for you protecting what you want. This could be you protecting something that has to, if you have children, this would have something that would have to do with you protecting something that has to do with your children and their values, them with where a square is difficulty. Okay, yes, everything is correct. Okay, good. a square with your second house of your money and your resources, with fifth house of gambling, investments, or children, I would use caution with where your money is. That would mean investments or with gambling or being scammed by somebody taking advantage of you. If something feels like it's too good to be true, then it definitely is. During this transit, this is somebody who wants to take something of yours. They basically want to relieve you of it. They want to take from you from it. So use caution during this time. I do want to talk about, I'm going to bring up one more thing. I want to talk about Saturn, because it is your chart ruler. And Saturn is currently in the sign of Pisces. Saturn is your chart ruler. It's in a harmonious aspect to your first house of like who you are. Generally, people that are ruled by Saturn take a little bit longer to come into things for themselves. Saturn is the mountain, and it's hard to get up to the mountain. Saturn does not make anything easy, and it says if you want it, you have to work for it, and you will appreciate it once you get it. And if you don't work hard enough, then you don't deserve it. So know that everything in your life, you will work really hard for it, and you will appreciate everything that you get. It will just not be handed to you on a silver platter. Saturn says, no, you need to work for this. And currently, Saturn is in Pisces, and it's going through your third house of communication and your third house of like technology and writing and like spirituality and like all types, like cars and phones and the way that we communicate with people in the watery sign of Pisces. So siblings, neighbors, and cousins are here, needing to have healthy boundaries, because I just want things to be easy. I just want things to flow. And again, in the sign of Pisces, if it's too good to be true, it is. Neptune is here. Neptune I look at as Saturn makes you follow the rules, shiny gems. If you don't, there's no reward. And so Saturn in Pisces is forcing you to follow all the rules. Saturn is it's the ruler of time. And so knowing that ruling over time and you following all the rules and working with Pisces is watery. Think of it as seaweed, and you're trying to like corral the seaweed, and it's really hard to like build the dam around healthy relationships with people. And this could be, and all types of communication, and like not believing somebody just because they say it's so. As a Capricorn rising, you are always putting in the hard work. You are always thinking about the future. You are always taking care of everybody, often to the detriment of yourself. Like if somebody asks for something, you'll put your wants, needs, and desires on a back burner and make sure that they have it first. So Saturn in Pisces is making sure that you are taking care of yourself, your wants, your needs, your desires, and then being part of. And the things that you give are more community oriented. Pisces is ruled by like Neptune there, so it's spirituality, and it can be illusion, and it can also be escapism and deception. So it's having to always say, I have to follow all the rules. I have to work really hard for it, and I have to pay attention to. I have to put my wants and needs and desires first at some point in my life. So I'm encouraging you, Marita, during this time to be paying attention to all of that. Also, okay, so I'm going to bring up one more thing because I'm seeing it here. Mercury is going to station retrograde. Just a heads up. Mercury is going to station retrograde in your 8th house of your shared resources with other people. So where your money's invested, your money is tied up. This could be with alimony and child support. This could be with business partners, significant others, and it can also mean family members. And knowing this, you're going to be going back over some contracts, negotiations, and agreements. This could be going back over and paying off some shared debt, or something that has to do with taxes or obligations. Know that whatever happens in August, I want you to pay attention, because Mars is going to circle back around in December and January. And then you'll be like cutting and removing some things, people, places, and things from your life. So I'm hoping all of this is making sense to you. I'm just going to check the chat. Yeah, shiny gems, rules, and Pisces sounds like really confusing. Look, I look at Pisces as sometimes like wearing beer goggles, or I want to, I look at it as sometimes drunk or high, and I just want to be in the moment, and I don't want to have to be responsible. And Saturn says, no, you have responsibilities. You have to straighten up and fly straight. Yeah. So yeah, confusing. And you have, yeah, and she does. Yeah, Marita has to like learn to walk that path. Deb Soul Tribe, hello, and how are you? And yeah, shiny gems, glad you're saying hi. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am appreciating all of you being here, and thank you for thinking about my puggle, who is now resting in the other room. I am going to be calling it an evening. I'm hoping that you join me next week. I'm going to be offering my webinar, and it is on understanding your past lives. And then the following month, I'm going to do it on the perfected year. So I'm like planning some things out. It's $30, and it is an interactive webinar. They're like mini lessons that for the first 45 minutes I teach something, and then the last 45 minutes, although this one may be longer than 45 minutes, we do interactive where I use your charts and we share information. It is recorded, and it is sent to your inbox afterwards if you would like to like watch it again. And yeah, I'm hoping that some of you join me there. All right, so I greatly appreciate it, and stay in touch with me, guys, and make sure you put your new moon intentions out there. Take advantage of the Sun Cazimi that we have today, Sun Venus Cazimi, and the new moon on Thursday, and then beware of that Mars square Pluto. I do have a video for all three of those transits that are going on. And shiny gems, yeah, the webinars, thank you. Yeah, they are. And I love it because we are able to use your charts to learn from, and then it gives everybody a chance to not only look at themselves, but because once you understand how to do your chart and you look at somebody else's chart, you're able to take it and then use it on other people. So I'm hoping all of this makes sense for everybody. I really greatly appreciate you joining me tonight. And I will catch you soon. Bye.